Listen carefully. The truth most people never accept is this: no one can stop you except you, not your past, not your situation, not the people who doubted you, not the failures that tried to break you. Every obstacle you face is not a wall, it's a test. Life is asking one question: how badly do you want it? Weak minds look for permission. Strong minds make decisions. You were not created to live small, think small, or play safe. The moment you stop waiting for motivation and start building discipline, your life changes. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is a command. When you command yourself, the world listens. People will doubt you. They always do, but understand this: their doubt has nothing to do with your ability. It's a reflection of their fear. You don't need their approval. You need your commitment. Your past does not define you. It trained you. Every failure added strength. Every setback built awareness. Nothing was wasted unless you quit. Decide today that quitting is no longer an option. When you remove the escape plan, you unlock power. Stay consistent when it's boring. Stay focused when it's hard. Stay disciplined when no one is watching. Because once your mind is locked in, once your purpose is clear, once your discipline becomes unbreakable, no one can stop you. Self-belief is not confidence that comes from success. It is confidence that exists before success appears. Most people wait for proof before they believe in themselves. Winners believe first, and the proof follows. This is why self-belief is the real power. When you trust yourself, hesitation disappears. Decisions become faster. Actions become bolder. Lack of self-belief quietly controls lives. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It tells you to wait, to play safe, to lower your expectations. It convinces you that others are more talented, more lucky, or more deserving. Over time, this silent doubt becomes a prison, not because the door is locked, but because you stop trying to open it. Self-belief changes how you interpret reality. Failure no longer feels like rejection, it becomes information. Criticism no longer feels personal, it becomes noise. When you believe in yourself, external events lose the power to define you. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What will I learn?" This belief is built through action, not thinking. Every small promise you keep to yourself strengthens it. Every uncomfortable step you take proves to your mind that you are capable. Self-belief grows when you show yourself, again and again, that you can move forward even when fear is present. Without self-belief, talent is wasted, opportunities are ignored, and potential stays hidden. With it, ordinary people achieve extraordinary results. It is the foundation of discipline, resilience, and consistency. When self-belief becomes non-negotiable, nothing outside you has the authority to stop you. Motivation is emotional, unpredictable, and temporary. It comes and goes depending on mood, environment, and circumstances. Discipline, on the other hand, is stable. It does not wait for the right feeling. It acts because the decision has already been made. This is why discipline always beats motivation in the long run. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they depend on motivation. When motivation is high, they work. When it disappears, they stop. Discipline removes this weakness. It turns progress into a routine instead of a reaction. You do the work whether you feel inspired or exhausted, confident or uncertain. Discipline creates structure in chaos. When life becomes stressful, unclear, or overwhelming, discipline becomes an anchor. It tells you what to do next without debate. There is no negotiation, no emotional argument, only execution. This clarity reduces mental fatigue and builds momentum. Every disciplined action strengthens your identity. Each time you show up when it's hard, you send a message to your mind that you are reliable. Over time, this reliability becomes self-respect. You no longer question whether you'll do the work. You know you will. This certainty is powerful. Motivation seeks comfort and excitement. Discipline accepts discomfort and repetition. Progress is not made in dramatic moments. It is built through boring, consistent effort. Discipline makes that effort automatic. When discipline becomes your default behavior, results become inevitable, regardless of obstacles or circumstances. Failure is only considered defeat when it is misunderstood. Most people treat failure as a verdict on their ability or worth, but in reality, failure is information. It reveals what doesn't work, where improvement is needed, and how far you've already come. When viewed correctly, failure becomes a training ground rather than a stopping point. Every skill is built through repeated mistakes. No one succeeds on the first attempt, yet many people quit after the first setback because they attach emotion to the outcome. They don't fail at the task. They fail in interpretation. When failure is personalized, it weakens confidence. When failure is analyzed, it strengthens strategy. Failure builds mental endurance. It forces you to confront discomfort, disappointment, and uncertainty. Each time you recover from a setback, your tolerance for pressure increases. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Over time, this resilience becomes a competitive advantage because most people avoid situations where failure is possible. Those who grow from failure separate their identity from results. A loss does not mean they are incapable. It means adjustments are required. This mindset keeps momentum alive. Instead of stopping, they refine. Instead of retreating, they recalibrate. Progress is rarely a straight line. Setbacks, delays, and mistakes are part of the process, not signs to abandon it. When failure is understood as training, persistence becomes logical rather than emotional. Each failure sharpens awareness, strengthens decision making, and prepares you for the level of success you're aiming to reach. Doubt and opinions are unavoidable when you choose a different path. The moment you step outside what is familiar or accepted, people begin to speak. Their words may sound like concern, advice, or realism, but most of the time they are projections of fear. People judge based on what they believe is possible for themselves, not on your true potential. External opinions gain power only when they are internalized. Once you start measuring yourself through other people's expectations, your direction becomes unclear. Doubt enters quietly, slowing decisions and weakening action. This is how potential gets delayed, not through force, but through permission. Most people who doubt you are not malicious. They are limited by experience. They haven't gone where you're trying to go, so they can't see the path. Their comfort zone becomes the lens through which they evaluate your ambition. Listening to them may feel safe, but it slowly replaces your vision with their fear. Ignoring doubt does not mean rejecting feedback. It means knowing the difference between constructive insight and insecure noise. Valuable feedback helps you improve. Empty opinions only distract. When you stay focused on your goals, irrelevant voices lose influence. Clarity of purpose is the strongest defense against doubt. When you know why you're doing something, outside opinions become background noise. The more aligned you are with your mission, the less room there is for hesitation. Doubt fades when your actions consistently reinforce your direction. Indecision is one of the most underestimated obstacles to progress. When you hesitate, you keep multiple paths open, and each open path drains focus and energy. A clear decision closes unnecessary doors and forces commitment. The moment a decision is made with certainty, confusion begins to disappear. Dominance is not about control over others. It is control over yourself. Decisive people move with clarity because they are not constantly reconsidering their direction. They act from resolve, not impulse. This internal alignment creates momentum, and momentum makes resistance feel smaller. Many people delay decisions out of fear of choosing wrong. In reality, no decision guarantees comfort. Growth always carries risk. What separates progress from stagnation is the willingness to move forward despite uncertainty. Once a decision is made, energy shifts from questioning to execution. Decisions shape identity. Each firm choice reinforces who you are and what you stand for. Over time, these repeated decisions build confidence because your actions consistently match your intentions. This consistency strengthens authority over your own life. When alternatives are removed, focus sharpens. There is no room for excuses or escape plans. Effort becomes concentrated, discipline intensifies, and results accelerate. A committed decision creates pressure, and pressure forces growth. When you understand these truths, everything changes. Self-belief gives you the strength to start. Discipline gives you the structure to continue. Failure trains you instead of stopping you. Ignoring doubt protects your vision, and decisive action locks your path forward. Nothing outside you has the power to control your future unless you hand it over. Progress is not about perfection. It is about persistence, clarity, and commitment. When your actions align with your decisions, momentum becomes unstoppable. At that point, resistance loses meaning, excuses disappear, and limits no longer apply, because no one can stop you when you refuse to stop yourself.